Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here in our university. This is Marwa Mansour. I'm teaching here English language. And as mentioned, with a lot of certificates and so on, but it has never started like that. I started as a regular teacher at school. And every day I go to my class, I teach, I collect the homework, I go to the teacher's room, and I start grading my students. But actually, within grading, I discover a lot of mistakes done in their notebooks. And in some moments, I felt like, did I even teach that? What are they writing there? And of course, while I'm sitting and I'm talking to myself, a voice comes from the end of the teacher's room saying, Marwa, calm down, they are always like that. It's okay, whatever you teach, this generation, they don't want to learn. Or their parents are very rich and they are spoiled kids. Just give up on them. You are teaching and that's it. I have never thought that I am responsible for the learning process as I am responsible for the teaching as well. So I just gave up. And I was like every day doing my routine. Until one day I stepped into my class and I just started revising the last day's lesson. And I asked my students, let's revise yesterday's lesson. We studied the past simple. Who can tell me anything about the past simple? And the answer came like, Miss, past simple is about simple things that happened in the past. And I felt like, okay, I'm cooked. I've been teaching for a long time, and past simple is about simple things happened in the past. Fine. Then I went back to the teacher's room and I heard again and again those negative messages about the mistakes of my students. Then at that moment, I decided to have my own room or my own class, and I just sit down and think by myself. And I came to the conclusion that people will stop making mistakes even when we die, we keep on doing mistakes. So the thing here is that I should unlearn whatever I'm thinking about the mistakes of my students. I shouldn't leave my mind to the other teachers or to the other people around me to convince me that there is no hope. So what happened is that in every family, this is the standard knowledge about success, that to succeed, you just have to study hard, then locate the correct job, and after that get promoted in your job, and then this is success. But actually, by living in life, success is different for everyone. Some people feel like they are successful because they can earn more money. Some people feel successful because they are successful in their relationships with other people. Other people feel successful when they have a better job or when they are famous. So by going through life, I discovered that discoveries or self-development or innovations, actually, they are something similar to that. Successful is a journey. And we say that it is a journey because it has a lot of steps. And for no doubt, those steps would include failure. This is not a regular bulb. It's the result of the work of Edison, the result of 1,000 failures, 1,000 trials. All of them were deleted to give the space for this bulb that we are using now. So it's not only Edison, a lot of people, Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, and many names. Actually, all of them, they have been through failure. But what made them different, what made them standing alone is that they just embraced their mistakes and they unlearned how to deal with these mistakes. At that point, I decided that I have to stop and I have to classify the mistakes done by my students. And I decided to have a portfolio of my own with pages. Every page will be for one student, and that page is divided into two pieces. One piece for the mistakes that the student is doing, and the other part is for the behavior. And I started taking care and observing my students' mistakes and their behavior. And for some reason, I connected them with each other. And you know what? It gave me the chance to go for searching and trying to understand my students. Why are they doing these mistakes? Oh, it's me. The problem is about me. I'm not teaching them in the correct way. How about their behavior? What's happening with their behavior? Actually, they are reflecting for being unable to understand or unable to enjoy my lesson. So after those classifications and after that portfolio, I gained a lot of information about my students. And I started to consider every mistake they are doing as a window to their minds. Now I can analyze them. Now I can understand what are they lack of, what do they really need from me. And from here I started unlearning that making mistakes is not part of the journey. That child or that student, or even as an adult, we are making mistakes. Oh my God, I made a mistake. We stay in our room and we feel sad. Why did I do that? But if you just confess that what you have done is part of your journey, is part of your success, and it is an opportunity for you to learn something new, here, your vision will be different. So, let's look here at this. Who knows this? Do you know that? Yeah. My generation, most probably. Aziz, my generation? Yes, my generation would know. Kodak. This is a company that used to produce those films. We used those films in cameras, they are very old cameras, to shoot photos. And after a while, technology has improved, and of course, the digital cameras were in the market. But they produced the digital cameras, but they didn't stop the production of the films. And as a result, they failed, and they are out of the market. Another example is Netflix. Netflix is a company that used to produce DVDs with movies and so on. And after the technology once more, they decided to give up the DVDs and to go for streaming. And as a result, they are successful. So here we go. If we hang on those old things that we can't move on with them, the result is failure. And it's not the failure we are discussing now. But if we try to unlearn whatever the old things in our minds or whatever the people around us are telling us, there is a big opportunity to succeed. Exactly like a tree. Every fall, every tree, what happens to the trees? All the leaves fall from them, right? Like all the traditions, let's think. And what happens? They rebuild themselves, they even grow bigger, and they have new leaves, right? It's even if some trees can't do that, you find that the gardener is coming there very harshly and cutting the branches. Why are you cutting the branches? Because I wanted to help this tree to grow more. This is the case. And that's exactly what happens to our minds. We learn a lot of things through life. Fine, this is life. We learn from people around us. We learn from our society, our community, our culture, and so on. But after a while, your brain becomes something like a desk in a computer. And in a period of time, or in a time of your life, you have to give up or to unlearn some of the concepts you have and replace them with new concepts. Exactly like us, my generation. We were working without any technology, and by time, we had to leave all these things or unlearn all these things and to enhance more technology and AI in our life, in our teaching, right? This is the same, exactly the same. Fine. So, what should we do? Should we stop now? How can we analyze our mistakes? How can we learn from them? What should we start to do? Here, for example, as everybody, whatever your job is, whatever your field is, start adapting the idea of the right-wrong mindset. Whatever you are thinking is wrong might be right if you want to make it right. And we all experience that actually unconsciously somehow. So if you want to think about something and think about the solution, don't put that barrier in your mind. What would people say about that? How would people judge my solution? So it might be right. You might be the first one to do it. Just do it. Try it. Fail. It's not a big deal. What will happen? It's not the end of the world. Just try it and fail, and you will find out that by time, you just have that experience in solving your problems. Another technique, and this is for the teachers, and we actually tried it in one of the schools. When we find mistakes like this, in the notebook of a student, we have a bell. And we just ring the bell and we have, dun, 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 we have a risk taker here. We are encouraging them to make mistakes. We are encouraging them to speak up, to show whatever they wanted to show us. And after that, here comes my role as a teacher, just to fix his mistakes or to guide him. But let's celebrate them. Exactly like we celebrate our successes. I'm sure every one of you have a lot of certificates in your home, right? They are very precious to you. Some of you even you put it in a frame and you put it on shelves and so on. How about our failures? Do you appreciate your failures? Do you put them somewhere that everyone can see? Of course no. You hide them. So let's celebrate the failures. We had also this experiment in one of another school. It's the oops, board. So whatever the students are doing, like they make mistakes, we just took these mistakes from their notebooks and we hang them on the oops site. And every Friday, the teachers designed my favorite mistakes Friday lesson. In that lesson, they started to go over all the mistakes that the students have done, and they just hang it on the part. And every week, we change this board. That was also a very successful technique. For me as a student, or for you as students, a lot of my students are here already. What should I do? You can have your own journal for your failures. Take notes about your failures. Why did I do that? What's the wrong thing I have done here? How can I change it for the next time? Many of you are coders, programmers, and so on. You study computer science and so on. I'm sure you take your notes regarding the program you are designing. So how about life? What is the mistake I'm doing in my life? How can I take notes about it? You can note that in your journal. The second experiment, if you don't understand something, if you always make mistakes about something, study this thing or consult it with someone else and try to explain it. I'm sure we have all experienced that. If I'm not good at math, go to someone and explain math. And for some reason, it comes from nowhere that you understand the lesson. I don't know how it happens. It's the magic of your mind. A following one that I can advise you with is the Edison challenge. It's really successful. We have tried it with some of the students. We gave them a challenge. Who can make 5 mistakes a week and can fix them? So you just challenge yourself. I have taken notes of my mistakes or my failures, and I'm going to fix them this way. That would also work with you. How about if we are parents, educators, or even elder brothers, elder sisters, sons or daughters? It's very simple, guys. Life is so simple and so short. We have just to take care of other people around us, and we have to forgive those mistakes. We have to understand that those mistakes is part of us. We are all human, and we have to make mistakes. The only thing we can do is that we embrace our mistakes, we love them, we celebrate them, we learn from them, and improve with them. So, do you still have something that you are regretting? I will leave you with this question. Thank you.